Hi everybody, it's Natalie, and I'm here today to show you for eCamp how to make your own journal. So I have two different sizes that I'm going to show you how to make. And journaling is important, even if you don't like to write, because it's good to get all those thoughts that are in our heads out on paper. So you can do like a traditional journal and kind of just write how your day is going, what you're thinking about, but you can also do other things, like you could draw pictures, you could go outside and kind of write about what kinds of things that you're seeing that you're grateful for. You can keep track of who you're praying for through the week, your favorite Bible verses. If there are things in the lessons that you maybe want to discuss, you can keep track of it in your journal. So there's really endless possibilities to what you can use this for. There are some things you're going to need in order to make the journal. So first thing, you're going to need some notebook paper or blank paper. We all finish the school year out virtually, so I'm sure that you have some empty notebooks that have paper that you can use. You're going to need some kind of construction paper or a paper bag, something that you're going to be able to put on the outside of your journal that you can then decorate. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a stapler, an eraser, and then any kind of decorative materials that you want. So like markers or glitter or whatever it is. So first thing is you're going to take, if you're going to do the lined paper version, and I did this with the smaller one, but you could do it with the bigger one as well. You're going to want to take your paper and you're going to want to fold it in half. Okay. Then you are going to take your pair of scissors and you're going to cut on that fold. Okay. Then you're going to want to fold again. And so then you should have your notebook paper folded like this. Then for the smaller one, I'm going to use a paper bag. So I just have a paper bag here, and you can see I've already kind of pre-cut it. But you're going to want to have a section of the paper bag that is just a little bit bigger than your notebook paper. And how much bigger is kind of up to you, but I have it like this. And then you're also going to fold that paper bag section, or the construction paper, whichever one you're using. You're going to put the folds together, and again, kind of line it up so it's like this. I have like the blank side on the outside so I can decorate it. This is where it gets a little tricky and where you're going to need your stapler and an eraser. So most staplers aren't going to be able to reach to that center thing. You can fold it kind of over if you don't have an eraser to do this. But what I do is I take the eraser and I put it on the inside of the fold. And then I can take my stapler. This might be hard to do like this, but there we go. And the staple will go into the eraser, and then you can gently pull out that, and you're going to then take the two prongs and fold them over. I sometimes find it's easier if you kind of use your scissors to push those down. You don't get poked quite as often. There we go. So you'll see that it'll turn out like that. And then for the smaller ones, I usually only do 2 staples, but you can do however many you think you're gonna need. So again, I stapled it into the eraser, pull the eraser off, and then you're going to bend those prongs down so they're not sticking up and hurting anyone. And if you are a little one, you might want to get help from your mom or dad or older sibling to kind of help you with this. If you're a little bit older, you should be able to do it by yourself. So there we have it. And then you can decorate it however you want. And when you open it up, you have your lined pages that you can write on. And you can use as many pages as you want. I think I just used 2 pieces of notebook paper here, but you could do as many as you think you're going to need. So that's the smaller version of the notebook. For the larger version, I'm gonna do blank paper here. And this one is a little bit easier because there's not as much cutting involved. So you're gonna take your paper, and again, you're gonna fold it in half. And again, you can take as many pages as you want. So you're gonna take it and you're gonna fold it in half. Then you're gonna take your construction paper or your cardstock or your paper bag, whatever it is. And again, you're gonna fold it in half. So you're gonna fold it in half, so it's like this. You're going to take your blank paper and again, put the folds together. And again, this fits pretty perfectly because I'm using cardstock. But if you need to, you can always kind of trim the paper like this if you want it to be just a little bit smaller than your outside cover. But that's kind of just a preference. So then you stick it in and you can see that it's a little bit smaller. You don't have to do that, it's just a preference. So, and then you're gonna do the same thing as we did with the small one. You've got your folds together, you're gonna take your eraser, you're gonna put it on the ends. For the larger ones, I do recommend putting 3 staples in. So one here, and then one at the end. It just makes it a little bit more sturdy and less likely to fall apart on you. So again, I'm just taking my scissors. I know you can't see this, but I'm taking my scissors and pushing down the prongs so they don't stick me. I'm going to put the eraser back in the middle. Take my stapler. It's hard to do like this. I'm gonna put it down here. Good. After you staple it, you pull it out. You push the prongs down. It's always easier to do when you're not on camera, right? So I did that again, and then I've got one more staple to put in. Pull the eraser out. Push down the prongs. There we go. And then I have a blank one where this would be good if, especially if you're going to be drawing a lot of things, or if you want more freedom to do kind of whatever you want. I would recommend using blank paper if you have like printer paper or something like that, because then you have blank pages that you can doodle, draw. You could go outside and pick flowers and press them in there. You can do pretty much anything with the blank pages one. So, and then on the outside, just decorate however you think it needs to look. I did mine pretty simple, but obviously you guys are way more creative than I am and better drawers probably. So go wild and make them as pretty and decorative as you want. So again, I hope you guys are having fun with eCamp. I miss you all and I wish we could be together, but this is the next best thing. So I hope you have a great day and I'll see you later.